Welcome to Shop Chop, where we chop it up about real life, real things, and real people. This anonymous episode is called You Are Not the Mama. Me and my ex-wife have been divorced for 4 years now after a 7-year relationship. During the time we were engaged, we separated and she got pregnant. We decided to work it out literally 3 weeks after her telling me. I've went to every doctor's appointment. We married so our son could have my last name and now become the legal parent as well. We had a rocky relationship and decided to separate. A horrible relationship that included court battles. It was decided that we'd do 50-50 per judge ruling. Within 2021 and 2022, we was co-parents as we should. I'll go pick up our son for my week, then drop him off. The problem started once my now girlfriend was introduced to my ex-wife because she helps me with our son. My ex was begging to be friends with my girlfriend. She was pregnant again and had no friends. My girlfriend informed me that my ex was talking bad about me. She mentioned how her then boyfriend, who is the father of our child and her new baby, his family was trying to encourage her to take full custody of our child, remove me from the birth certificate, and limit my visitation. With my ex constantly talking down on me to my girlfriend, she then decided to stop talking to her. The ex was making passes in front of me towards her and behind my back. December 2022, I informed my ex that me and my girlfriend broke up and not to contact her or call her in regards to our child. My ex was happy, saying she wasn't right for me and that I should be alone. During December, our child had a Christmas week. My ex asked if I can come get PJs for his school day. I went there with my girlfriend. I didn't mention we got back together. My ex was at the door with no clothes on while my girlfriend was the one to go get it. The situation caused us to argue. January 2023, my stepchild had a party and I asked if the child can go because it was during her week. She agreed. Days before, she refused to let him go. He supposedly got into trouble at school on Monday. The party was on Saturday. We got into an argument. The following Sunday, my girlfriend picked him up from my ex like normal. I was served a restraining order on that Tuesday, which mentioned I can't go to his school, contact her, or anything. Thankfully, the judge denied a stay-away order from our child, but it was still one on her other child. My ex was calling and texting, but I was under a restraining order. I wasn't able to bring him to school, and my girlfriend didn't want to risk my car being seen at the school. She feared pictures was being taken of my car. February, 3 weeks later, I still had our son. It was a Tuesday. My girlfriend and our 3 kids went to a park. My ex family members followed them, brutally attacked my girlfriend. I wasn't there. When I got the call, I went to help them. I was attacked, and my ex's family tried to kidnap our son. Long story longer, on that Wednesday, my ex filed a warrant to have the sheriff come get the child from me. That Thursday, she filed to have me arrested in contempt of our 50-50 agreement. In March, the Friday before the hearing, she filed for custody. On that following Monday for a restraining order she mentioned filing. She dismissed it all because she couldn't prove anything and that I did right not to contact her to exchange the child. The only thing that was pending now was the full custody. Due to its late filing, it wasn't until June 2023. She then filed another motion with false information on why she should get full custody. At this point, the lawyer's saying I may not need a lawyer, but I'll be at a disadvantage because she has one. I was trying to stay calm, but she has been trying to ruin my family all year long and take our son away from me. P.S. She was aware of the attack. She showed up to support her father and sister during the restraining hearing on them, which included our child. At this point, I don't know what to do. I can't afford a lawyer neither. I I think that that's not your child. Let her go with her baby daddy.
His or her child, because legally she signed the paper. It's her name is on the birth certificate. Legally, that is her child. Now, if the father does want to get involved and say, "Hey, I did not authorize for my, I didn't sign over my rights," that where it may get iffy. You know what I'm saying? But legally, that is her child. My thing is, honestly, it's one of those situations that baby mamas always do. Some of them. I ain't gonna say all. They always use their kids as pawns. And so maybe it'll be, when the child get older, I'm not sure how many years this being, how old the child is. When the child get older, maybe the child will come find her.
I was in a similar situation like that. Like, my ex had a baby, but she was pregnant when I got with her, and she told me that she had got pregnant for her ex-girlfriend, but come to find out, she was with her baby daddy. And when the child was born, her baby daddy was at the hospital. And you know what I'm saying? I came after the baby was born, but I couldn't come up there because it only could be one person. But she didn't tell me that she told me a lie. She told me that she was having a baby for her ex-girlfriend. Her ex-girlfriend dipped. But I was raising that baby. Like, I had that baby all the time. Baby was at my house. I'd take the baby to daycare, everything, pay for everything. And then the next thing you know, I didn't have my name on her birth certificate or whatever. That wasn't like any cases that we were married or nothing. But I just feel like sometimes, no matter how close you feel to that baby, technically, in reality, outside of a signature, that baby isn't yours. That baby belongs to somebody else. And if he wasn't stupid, he could actually, get his rights back as her parent. You know what I'm saying? Because he is the father if he wanted to do so. So, because the girlfriend was doing it, that's the reason why she wasn't able to get the full custody of the child. And I don't even think he wanted to claim the child, because once he started claiming the child, they could come after him for child support. So he might not even want the baby. He probably just getting her pregnant just because he already got another baby with her, and that's another child support court order. So you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it just ain't worth the hassle. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, you love that child, and you know it's gonna hurt, and it's like losing a piece of you. But the thing about it, legally, she do have a ground to stand on, because legally she signed the birth certificate. They were married. Legally, that's her child. But, you know what I'm saying? So she could go to court and get visitation rights and do all that. And she could probably request that they meet at a secure, location where the people can't be harassing her.
But my question is it worth it? Is it worth all the headache that you're going through?
I guess I would say if it's your child, yeah, it's worth it.
I mean, it technically is not your child. Y'all wasn't together when y'all had the baby, and they could argue that too. That, you know what I'm saying, you signed the birth certificate because y'all were married, but she actually conceived this person when y'all wasn't married and y'all was separated in another relationship with this other person. So that's the problem with
how much you.
But that's the issue. Like, a lot of films that were straight and became lesbians and stuff like that, and they had a kid, and the stud become the stud daddy, and then they break up. It's always the fact that when they get with another person, whether it's a male or female, it's always, oh, that ain't her baby, no way, take the baby from her. You know what I'm saying? I learned my lesson. I'm not finna fight over nobody's child for nobody, unless, you know what I'm saying, like, that child is, like, legally, yeah, she signed the birth certificate.
I mean, it depends, because that's almost
but
like
I'm not
adoption, though. That's kind of similar to if we adopt a child, and because, you know what I'm saying, like, you adopt a child or something like that, and, that's what I'm looking at. Like, technically, the girl adopted the child. But, again, it's all about what you want to put up. Sometimes it's not worth it.
Yeah. But I just think that studs should just go ahead and try to have their own kid. Like, when you're in a relationship and the relationship is toxic, don't expect. Like, I've heard so many stories about people losing children that they become attached to, and it be breaking them down. And I understand, because I was the same way. Like, that shit hurt me, but I had to realize, like, technically that ain't my child. No matter how much I care for the child, and how much I did for the child, like, none of that mattered because she wasn't mine legally. You know what I'm saying? But I think if she was mine legally and I got issues from the mama and the daddy, I probably would be like, I see you when I see you, because I'm not trying to argue or fight with you about your child.
And I get it, because you're not, like, when you're not a confrontational person, you don't want to deal with that confrontation. But I do feel like that's almost like how the baby mamas do the men when they take the children away. It's like, no, I don't want to deal with your drama, but damn, I don't want to miss out on my child's life either. And
but that's the daddy, though.
But she technically is the daddy, though.
She not legally, yes. Technically, no.
Haven't she been in the child life the whole time? Like, how long?
I mean, the daddy was there too, apparently.
But the courts made a statement that
the court said the 50-50 she had rights because she signed. They probably just didn't give a fuck, but they probably was a lesbian person too, and was like, "Nah, don't take that child from that lady. Let her have her kid. She got her last name."
But regardless, legally she has rights.
Yeah,
the same rights as a father would have. So the thing about it is, legally, that's her child, because if that girl want her to pay child support and all that shit, she has to pay it. The judge ain't gonna say, "Oh, that's not your baby." They're gonna say, "Oh, you signed the birth certificate. Your name is on the birth certificate."
Well, that's true, because you see that in court all the time. You are not the daddy, but you signed the birth certificate.
Right, get that court.
But I just like, you are not the mama. You are not the mama. So I just think that she should.
It is about what you want to do. I feel like if you want to, like, it depends. Like, if it's a new baby, like baby 1 or 2, honestly, shit, I probably would be like, fuck that shit, just because, forget that stuff, because.
Nah, this is adult content. Fuck that shit.
Oh, okay. I'd probably be like, just because of the fact, who wants that stress?
So I think, the baby had to been about 3 or 4 years old, though, because they were together 7 years, and then they separated when they was being fiancé, and she got pregnant by a dude. So I think that, I don't know. I just know, for me, I would let it go. That's not your kid. You shouldn't even have to fight, holler. Go have your own baby. That's what I think. Go have your own kid that can't nobody take away from you. You won't have to worry about restraining orders and going to court. That's just too much stress.
Yeah, but I definitely.
That's too much stress on me.
I just feel like that's always gonna be a touchy situation. 1, with fathers. 2, with extended parents and parents. That's the sucky part. Because my thing is, if the relationship didn't work, fine, granted. If I'm still trying to be involved in that child's life, allow me to be involved in that child's life. I had the opposite effect. I've never, in my history of dating, when I had long-term boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, I've never stopped them from seeing my children. Ever. However, because they were so bent and out of shape over the breakup, they never contacted them again. And I was fine with that. However, it wasn't my choice, it was their choice.
I mean, that's true. Not all women are the same, but it's like most women do that. Most women have issues after they have breakups when it comes down to the children. And I hate that children always come in the middle of.
They always the pawn.
Yeah, it's always the pawn in the breakup. Like, your child ain't got nothing to do with your breakup. Keep that shit with y'all. The children ain't got nothing to do with it.
Like, with my children, I never stopped their dads from seeing them shit. I'm like, come get these motherfuckers. Period.
Come on, come get them.
Oh, how long you want them? You want to keep them for the summer? Cool.
Fine.
You want to keep them every other weekend? Cool. Because guess what? I didn't make these children by myself. So I'm cool with that.
But she did neither. She 3 of them because the baby got a mama, another mama, and a daddy at the same damn time. And the mama and the daddy together, and you the ex. Like, I just can't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Like I said,
Hold on, shorty. I just know I am not the mama. Take your baby and gone.
But that's not a true statement.
If I can't be a part of that baby life
let me say this.
without headache,
like
I'm
now,
good.
If we were planning on having a child, and let's just say I carried the child, but we planned this child together, this is your child. If I'm being an asshole and I'm basically telling you, basically, oh, you can't see this child, you really gonna give up on your child? Like, no, you gotta do whatever the fight is that it is, because this is what you signed up for, especially if you really want your child.
I mean, yeah, it's what I signed up for, but if that mama don't want me to be a part of that child's life, I am not finna have a headache. Find somebody else to do it, because I'm good.
Even if you put in financial money.
If I put money, if my peace of mind is worth more than that, if that child will come see me, just like you say about baby mamas, and they don't want you to see they baby, your grandkids, and they don't, you know what I'm saying? They'll find me when they get older. She'll find me, he'll find me when they get older. Yes, I was trying to be there. I got pictures. Come see me. If you don't want to be a part of my life, your mama didn't want me to be a part of your life. Your mama left. She said I can't be a part of your life. I'm sorry. I had to go. It's not worth the headache for me. I did that. I'll cry hard to that girl. Told her, like, that's my baby. Even though I ain't had no legal custody and I know I couldn't fight that shit like that. But why do women have to do that? Like, why women just can't, hey, this your baby. Okay, be your baby.
And I'm not gonna even say it's all women. It's just a selected few. It's women that can have a grown peace of mind about it and say, hey, look, you get your kids on this day, whatever, however, this is how we move it. But then you do have them ones that are not that way. And then you, like, again, like I said, I never stopped none of my kids' fathers from saying there. And, you know, some of them chose not to be there. Some of them chose to be there. And I'm fine with that. That's your choice, because you have to answer to your child about why you weren't there, you know. So, with that being said, you know, it goes both ways. However, in this situation, being that you getting cases, you getting fucking, this sound like this girl gonna make your life miserable.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who wants to go to court? I ain't trying to fight nobody about their baby. None of that. Period. Find somebody else to do it. You do? You say you was never that person, so this doesn't really apply to you. Like,
yeah, I never was.
You're not that person. I know, God forbid.
But I did have this one time where this chick gonna tell me it was one of my exes. We had broke up, and this is one of her friends, but they had dated previously, but they were friends now. So she came up to me like, I don't think you and so and so should be communicating right now. I don't think y'all should be friends and all this great stuff or whatever when it came down to my children, because my children had a relationship with her. And my thing was, I'm like, how can you say something like that? Ain't you her ex? Y'all friends. Y'all getting along. Like, why, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to be fighting and feuding with somebody. But she listened to that girl, and she, you know, never said talk to him again. For real, for real.
I mean, how many years was you with her?
Probably about, I wasn't with her that long. Probably like a year, maybe, something like that.
A year or less, a year or more?
A year or more, probably.
Like, bro, you always want somebody to hear your mouth. Like, find your daddy. He at work. Yeah, you. But, you know, but
the weird part was, because I was new to the life at that point, so she was like she was my first real girlfriend. I would say I had another experience, but we don't count that one. But she was like my first real girlfriend, so I guess they thought they didn't know me like that. Apparently, like, girl, I don't get no fuck. But yeah, that's how that shit went.
Well, I just know those of you who are in relationships with women who have their own kids, or you have kids with a woman and y'all married and whatnot, so forth and so on. Make sure that your legality within that child's life is solid, so that you won't have any issues or problems if something happens in the relationship that y'all have to break up or anything like that, because that's heartbreaking. And ladies, please stop making these people your kids' parent, and they get used to them and get close to them, and then you take them away when y'all get angry with each other, or if y'all fighting, y'all not even together anymore. Stop doing that. It's not cool. It's not right. Studs, go find your own baby. Actually, go have your own baby. That's even better. Now it's time for Music Corner, where we listen to music from local and independent artists and give our honest opinion. Here's music from Tivan featuring Jasmine, Tyana, called Let Me.
Rub you in this lotion, hit you with this potion. Let me love you in slow motion. Swim in your ocean, you love how I float it. Let me love you in slow motion. Rub you in this lotion, hit you with this potion. Let me love you in slow motion. Swim in your ocean, you love how I. We got a vibe that should be in theaters. They wanna see what we on. Talk down because they can't be us. They wanna be what we on. We gotta hide what they can't reach us. They wanna feel what we on. We took our time, both us with the teachers. Now they wanna read what we don't. We got a bond that cannot be defeated. Hey, when you mad and you can't be reached, you don't talk to me cause I won't speak. I give you your space when I should be in between. The wrong vibes coming from me. I'm saying I care but won't show a thing. Keep it in my mind because I'm discreet. Sorry my love is not that deep, but girl just let me love you. Never kept me lacking like I'm out acting. Let me love you. Give you satisfaction, match it with the action. Let me love you. I spend all my life with you. I make time, keep it right for you. My number one, no number two. Let me love you. Love you in slow motion. Rub you in this lotion. Hit you with this potion. Let me love you in slow motion. Swim in your ocean. You love how I float.
Just let me love you. Promise to keep it right. Always gonna get it tight, yeah. Boy, just let me love you. Love you in slow motion. Dive in this ocean. Love how you float. Vibe all night. Let you take me on this ride called life. Just be careful with my heart. Love me right. I give you my all. Love me right. Love you.
Let me
Love you.
let me love. Let me love you.
Boy, just let me love you. Promise to keep it right. Always gonna get it tight, yeah. Boy, just let me love you. Love you in slow motion. Dive in this ocean. Love how you floating.
Let me love you.
Boy, just let me love you.
Girl, just let me love you.
Boy, just let me.
do like this song. Aside from the lyrics being said multiple times, sung multiple times, I really like the vocals. I like the music behind it. I like the song itself. The lyrics are fine. Like other people think too. Like, how do you feel about the song? It's still going. I'm not about to stop it. Like, go ahead.
I think it does have a nice hook to it. I do feel like the hook was through the entire song, and that's usually not how a hook works. Well, I probably shouldn't be telling them how to do their job. But usually with the hook, you just want to keep it at the chorus and not through the verses. And it seemed like it just kept, I got, let me love you, whatever that hook is. It's a nice hook, but I do feel like maybe we shouldn't put this in there.
I mean, no, he likes these opinions. Like, you don't have to be like mean, but
we
it's
my part over.
Honest.
What I think about the song, I like the song, I like the hook. I do feel like maybe using more verses, more so than that hook of "Let Me Love." I think it's "Let Me Love You." Can't remember it right now because I only listened to the song once. But the hook, I think, should be the hook and not be throughout the whole song. Other than that, great song.
Great song, Tivan.
I'll say there is too much of the chorus. It should be more lyrics. But I like that he added the female to it. Like, it completed the song. I almost didn't like that he added her to the song.
At the end, yeah, like she Jasmine, she got a little voice
and
on her.
Her voice was real nice too. I love it.
Yeah,
she did bring a little sex appeal to it.
Yeah,
because you always like.
But I like that song. I like that "Let Me Love You," but it was just too many times.
Yeah,
that's
I
all.
like
I like that "Let Me Love You," but he got like Tivan got like a soul type of voice. Like, his voice is not like, the Chris Browns and the Ushers.
I think he has a great voice. I think, like I said, I just think people would get bored with the words being the same. You know how that one hook that just keep going and going, but I think if he could add a little more words to it, but I know this song is already made, correct?
Yeah, it's already on Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify.
I definitely would buy it to support. But I do think, like, when he do make his next song, just keep that in mind.
He got a lot of songs, and that's not the only one we're gonna be listening to. But this is just the. I'm sure he's gonna take the constructive criticism. No, he will take the constructive criticism and he will learn from the constructive criticism. He's a young man who's still trying to make it, and the criticism from people.
I feel like I sound like a mean person,
but you're not. You're definitely not. Tivan, she is not mean. It's constructive criticism.
But I'm just saying, you know how like even with that one song that's on the radio, I can't think of it. But even with that one, sometimes you just get kind of that saying that, like, it was like every sentence had "Let me love you, let me fuck you," like maybe switch it up to like "Let me fuck you, let me suck you," something like, just put some other things in there, Yeah. But it's a great song. I would listen to it again.
Yeah.
Hey, you finna be all up in the podcast, YouTube, bro. Congratulations, you got your 3 seconds of fame, sir. Alright, guys, that's all for Music Corner. Coming up next, words of encouragement. This is the Word Corner. Words of encouragement. Do you often feel like you're discouraged or overwhelmed by life? Some days things don't happen the way you want them to. They fall apart and you start to become worried. Worse, you start to feel discouraged and lonely, thinking that there is no other way to straighten things up. In your mind, you're a failure. What I can tell you is, you need to feel fragile for you to be powerful. Your failures don't define you as a person. However, it does determine your success. If you don't put an effort to try something new or put your ideas to work, you will never know, and that's worse than failing. When you fail, you're learning until you find the right way of doing things to get to your goals. It's your attitude after you fail that will determine your altitude. If you fail, just get back up and make changes you need until you reach your goal. That's all for today. I'm your host, Music, and this is Shop Chop YouTube. Peace.